Hey gang, Academy Grill, culinary student, chef here. It is exactly 7:59 at night on Tuesday when I promised you we were going to have an awesome Flipgrid assignment and recipe. We talked about grilling some fruit this week, and I want to show you a couple different ways of actually heating up fruit, okay? So I've got a pile of stuff going on here. I've got my mise en place together. We're going to come on over here. Mrs. Chef is on the camera.
Hey everybody.
So, all we got is we got our war board here, okay? So we've got our grill set up. So my grill outside is 450 degrees. So I want to make sure I've got my spray bottle, tongs, I've got a tray for the finished chops, brush, and a towel. These are must-haves at a grill, okay? So I've got my mise en place set up for our salted caramel Dijon apple butter sauce.
Okay, back up, chef. What did you just say?
Mise en place. It's a French term, means to put in place.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so, all right, so salted caramel Dijon apple butter sauce. That sounds good. So I've got a half cup of Honeycrisp apple, peeled in small dice. I've got a pound of salted butter, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of honey Dijon mustard, okay? And if I need to add salt, I can because I'm using a salted butter, but I don't want to add salt yet, okay? You can add it. You can't take it out. So I've got whipped cream here, so 4 tablespoons of powdered sugar, 2 cups of a heavy whipping cream. We're going to do a puree. Okay, so this is actually going to be my grilled peaches. But we're going to use some of the residual stuff to make a puree because we're going to do a sweet biscuit. But I've got 1 cup of water, 1 cup of sugar. We're going to make a simple syrup out of that. We've got 2 whole ripe peaches that are peeled in small dice. We're going to make a nice little puree out of that. What we're going to do is we're going to reduce it, pull that liquid out, kind of thicken it, concentrate that peach flavor. Sweet biscuit, so I cheated. I used basically Bisquick, okay?
The recipe off the box.
Yes, and I dropped the box. Do you want to point that out too?
No, I wasn't
So now the standard recipe makes about, you got a half dozen biscuits. I made a dozen biscuits, but made them really big. But I'm going to make a sugar and cinnamon. We're going to roll these biscuits, and I'm going to show you how that works, and we're just going to bake them. Okay, that's going to be part of our dessert presentation, and that's going to go with our grilled peaches. So I've got 2 whole ripe peaches sliced, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of honey, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. We're going to baste those peaches while we're actually grilling them. And then we got our pork chops. I've got 2 large bone-in chops, boldly seasoned. Okay, now Mrs. Chef's been waiting on me because I've had stuff to do, so I'm making dinner now.
That's okay.
All right,
That's
now here's the crazy part.
That you have
all
to set
this.
up on my washer and dryer? No.
Yes. Good one.
Sorry.
Good one. That is good. The price for this whole meal is about $13. Okay, I picked these ingredients up today. Now, granted, I already had the Bisquick, but gang.
Well, it didn't get dropped on the floor.
Yeah.
So. Sorry.
Good one.
Go ahead, Chef.
Good one.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to head back here. I'm going to show you what our organization looks like, okay? So I've got some of this stuff set up for you. I'm in the process right now of melting our butter, okay? And right now I've got basically a 1/4 stick in here. It would probably help if I had the right burner on. I did. Hey,
now
it
you're
happens.
cooking like me.
I am, okay? What I want to do is I want to start melting this butter because I'm going to use this butter to, a little bit of this butter to actually saute our apples.
So could you microwave the butter like I do or no?
You really could, but
Okay.
I have to put it in here, integrate all those flavors. So the apple, and then we've got, right here, we've got our Dijon and brown sugar. Okay, so I have to implement those flavors. So we're going to do this right here so we have a nice thorough mix. We're going to place this in nested bowls, and I've already got nested bowls hidden inside my freezer, but that's how we're going to implement all those flavors into the butter. We're going to bring that butter back to a solid, okay? And we're going to put that on the top of our pork chops, okay? So here's the mess that's going on with my biscuits. So here's what I want to show you with the biscuits, okay? So while that's melting, this right here is a standard topping we use for snickerdoodle cookies. It's a simple mixture of cinnamon and sugar, okay? And I want you to notice the color of that. Cinnamon goes a long way. Okay, so you want to make sure you don't put too much in because it can overpower. But I want to set this up just like a snickerdoodle. So we're going to hit the top and we're going to hit the sides. Okay, I don't want to do the bottom, okay, because what could happen is it can over crisp, okay? And these are best to work with when they're somewhat at room temperature.
So your biscuits look like they were still rising because those were not that big earlier.
No, they're not. So, okay. And what we're going to do is we're just going to roll them like this. Okay.
Or do you think the heat from the burner being on helped?
Oh, no, absolutely. that gets it going. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Just a question.
No, you're fine. So we're going to roll these. Once again, we're going to leave that bottom free and clear. Okay.
Maybe you should leave a couple without sugar.
Okay. Why is that?
Because this is like candy.
We're going for it. No, we really are. Okay. So we're gonna go for it. This is the first time I've really done something like this, but we're gonna go for it. So we're a little bit of a creative side today.
So how many sticks of butter have you used in this recipe?
How many sticks of butter have I used in this recipe?
Yeah, there's 3 right
Well,
here.
no, we're gonna do a pound of butter. That's how we're gonna make our
okay.
compound butter. Okay,
All
so
right.
that's right there, and I've got some melting right now. Okay, so these are gonna go in. I'm gonna put these in for about 14 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna set that timer, 14, and we're going to. Oh, yeah, always set that. Start. Okay, so I've got my butter starting to go. I want to get my saute pan out because we do want to start heating this up. Okay, and I just want to start heating that pan up. Okay, because we're gonna pour some of that in there. But what we're going to do is we're going to place the rest of our butter in here because we don't want to burn the butter. What we want to do, and you can do a burnt butter, but in this dish we don't want to burn it. Okay? So burnt butter's got a very, very unique flavor. It goes really good on red meats and also fish. Okay? So what I want to do is I want to finish this going ahead and slicing up my apples. Okay? We're just going to go down the side. We're going to make a round item square. So it just makes it so much easier to work with. What you're going to notice is I'm taking that knife right along my fingers. That's my guard. Okay? Once you start getting to the core, okay, you can just go ahead and stop. We don't need those seeds. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through, and I'm going to julienne and bâtonnet. Now, you got to remember we're turning this into a butter, so these don't need to be absolutely precise.
You're putting the apples in the butter?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. So now you notice I didn't pour the honey and the Dijon in there. Ask me why I didn't do that. No, the brown sugar and the Dijon.
Why didn't you do that?
Well, the reason why I didn't do that was because I want to use those to caramelize the apples as we're heating these apples. First things first, though, is I need that butter to melt because we're going to use a little bit of that butter to help saute our apples. Okay, we want to caramelize these. So once again, what I don't have is salt because I'm using the salted butter. So if this gets to be a little bit too, I don't want to add salt right now because if it gets too salty, I can't take it out. Okay, so then I have to add stuff to try to make it work. So I'm going to pour the apples in here. Okay, just got these 2 items here. All right, I'm going to give these a little bit of a whisk. Okay, well, this is perfect. Okay, just going to take a little bit. Okay, and that's what we're going to saute. All right, I'm going to turn that heat down. All right, I just want that melted. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get that nice and hot, and we're going to figure out how it's nice and hot because we're going to sprinkle a little water on it. Okay, now I got my grill going. So what I want to do,
drink your juice.
I do. I love my juice. Okay, so what I want to do now, I want to get my puree going. I'm gonna move this right here. Okay, so we're gonna get this on high. All right, so we're gonna start off with a simple syrup, which is equal parts water to sugar. Now, here's the interesting part: is you can do this for Kool-Aid or tea or lemonade. You want to use hot water though. Hot water is going to dissolve that sugar, so you don't have sugar concentrations in the bottom. So we're just going to do our equal parts. Okay.
So how much sugar was that?
1 cup and 1 cup. Okay. And what it's going to do is start to melt. And then we're going to put our peaches in there. And that's going to be important because we need our peaches to start breaking down. We want to pull the flavors and the sugars out of there and reduce. Okay, that water's not ready yet. So we're going to go through here once again. This is that Farmer's Market peach I was telling you all about. Okay, I'm just going to slide that right down my guard. Okay, and this is for our puree. So this is a big old Ohio-grown peach we got at the Farmer's Market. Remember that, Mr. Chef?
Yes, I do.
So when I said, hey, I got a great idea for that.
I think we need a new cutting board.
This
It
cutting.
doesn't look nice on camera.
Okay. Well, it is clean.
I know.
So, but it's just been.
It's old.
Okay. So now watch. Scrape with the back of your knife. Okay. It's known as the spine. This way you can keep your blade as sharp as humanly possible. Okay.
Something is bubbling over there.
Good. That's the butter. We want that butter to melt. Okay. So our butter's good. We don't want to brown that. So we're just going to move that off the heat. What we have right here is we have our peaches. Now, we want that water to boil. Okay? So we're going to keep mixing this. We know that sugar is going to melt. What you don't want is that sugar to start to burn in the bottom. Okay? We're going to check this right here. See if that's ready for some apples.
So do you need to have a thermometer for any of this? Or you're just looking at it?
No, probably your pork.
Okay. No, I meant like for a candy thermometer.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
Or I guess it's just a biotherm.
Yeah, biotherm. You don't
I
need one
just
for
use
this.
it for candy.
All right, beautiful.
Okay.
So that's ready. You hear that snap?
Yes.
Very good.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna pull all this out. We're gonna put this in here. Okay. Look at that. And we're gonna start moving that around. Okay, and it's gonna absorb that butter. So we might put a little bit more butter in there.
Oh my.
Notice I'm not adding more butter to this. I'm staying true to that exactly 1 pound of butter.
Cooking like Pauladine now.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
Good lord. More butter.
Yeah. So we're gonna move that around and make sure everything's evenly coated. Okay. This is when we're gonna add our brown sugar and our Dijon. Now we've got a boil going on here, which is beautiful. We can get this out of the way. Okay. So now we're gonna pour those peaches in there. Okay. We want that boil to start breaking down those sugars. Now I went ahead and peeled these so there's no skin on them. Okay. So if you're gonna take the skin off, what you want to do is you want to do that
Checking on your apples here.
when they're whole. Okay. Kind of common sense, but all right. So we're gonna turn that bad boy up. So this one's off. Okay.
You turned off the back?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm gonna find my little spatula.
Don't
My little
mind
scraper. Okay. So I want to get this brown sugar and this Dijon in here. Okay. I want to start having those apples absorb these flavors. Okay. What's gonna happen is we got a little butter, we got a little brown sugar in here. Okay. I'm just gonna start to mix. We're gonna let that heat do this work. Okay. So we want them to soften up just a little bit. Okay, now we can turn this down.
Are you making a puree with the peaches?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh, do you want me to turn the fan on?
I got it.
No. Okay.
I think I got it. Nope.
There we go.
Beautiful. We're gonna take that down to about a 2. Okay. All right. So while we're doing this, let's go ahead and get the counters cleaned up. Okay. So we're done with this. We put raw product in that, even though it was biscuits. At the end of the day, what we want to do is we want to make sure that it's cleaned up. Okay. You don't want to hang on to that.
You want to use the dishwasher?
Later on, I will.
Say you can throw everything in the dishwasher.
All right. Good deal. Okay. Now, let's look at these pork chops. Okay. Pork chops are beautiful. They are thick cut. We're going to take these to over here.
Oh.
We're going to take these to about a medium.
Okay.
Medium. Mrs. Chef likes medium well.
More
I'm going to show you a way to accomplish this. Now, here's my slices for our grilled peaches. This is for our dessert. So this is a little brown sugar, a little honey, and a little bit of apple cider vinegar. We're going to base those peaches as they cook, okay? And then what we have here is we actually have our pork chops. I'm a boldly seasoned. Okay, we're going to grill these, so we're using a dry heat, and we have those open grates. What's going to happen with those open grates is that seasoning is going to fall off.
So what type of seasoning are you using there?
Okay, so I'm using a smokehouse maple, which is garlic, salt, and pepper, and it's got some maple flavoring to it. Okay, so some natural woodiness to it. Ah, beautiful. Outstanding. All right,
Notice those are all the same size.
pretty much.
So I did not cut them up.
Okay.
However, I peeled your apple for you.
Pretty sure I got tongs outside, and I'm gonna take a pair just in case I don't. We're gonna head outside, gang.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna get these on.
All right.
'Cause we're running out of daylight.
Yes, we are.
All right. Welcome to Chef's Backyard and the Grill.
Hopefully the mosquitoes aren't out.
Oh, we should be okay. All right, want that grill? I got about 475 degrees now. Okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and throw these on.
Here, let me come over here. Ouch. Ow. Should have put my shoes on.
Should have done what?
I should have put my shoes on.
Okay, good deal.
Okay.
All right. So, right now we got our chops on. Okay.
With my pink water bottle.
I have your pink water bottle. Okay. Use a water bottle for flare-ups. Okay. So, what I want to do is I want to start searing these. Okay. Now, for medium well, I'm going to flip it basically twice. I'll flip it on one side, and I'm going to flip it back over. For medium, I'm only going to flip it once. Okay. And that's called the framing of the meat. And how you can tell the good pork steak, you're gonna put your pinky to your thumb.
Okay.
You're gonna feel the meat of your thumb. So if you feel it like this, pinky to thumb, well done. Ring finger, medium well. Middle finger, medium. Index finger, medium rare. No finger, that's rare, okay? So, and that's called touch points and finger touches, okay?
So instead of using a thermometer, you're checking the temperature with the texture or the
the outside.
firmness? Okay.
Yeah, the outside feeling.
Okay.
And I do have a biotherm here just for you because you're so exact. There it is.
No, I just
All right,
wondering
let's
what you're
wash
doing.
this up and let's go.
Are we leaving this?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
All right.
All right. Okay, look at the caramel that's starting to show up. Okay?
Okay.
So you're starting to see that color turn. Okay? We're starting
And
to see
that was honey Dijon and...
That was honey Dijon, and that was some caramel.
Okay.
Or not caramel, brown sugar.
Brown sugar. Okay.
So a little bit of butter, some apple.
Oh, you can smell it. Okay. Whoop!
Yeah.
Jeez, I
Now,
just stepped on you.
We're at a raging boil. Okay, that's okay. You see the steam coming off? That's our reduction. We're pulling that liquid out. Okay? And what it's going to do is concentrate flavors. So everything else is going to stay, but we're pulling that liquid out. So we want this a little bit thicker. Now, real quick, I'm going to go ahead and clean this off. All right, now we're going to take our stuff outside. We're going to put our peaches on.
I feel like you should hire a camera person.
Okay.
Of course, I guess I get paid by eating the pork chop.
I mean, you realize we work for the same place and you get to eat a pork chop for dinner, right? I feel like that's fair. So, I feel like we should market this to the Comedy Central Network and take on Amy Schumer and her husband.
Oh, I don't know.
I think we'd be all right. I think we'd do all right.
They make a lot more money than us.
They do. They do. They do. So,
And I think she's probably more funny than you.
that's a good question.
Okay.
Solid point there. Hurt my feelings. Appreciate you
No.
being truthful.
All right.
All right. Now you're going to start to see that browning start to take place, okay? So we're pulling those sugars out. Okay, we're softening up those apples. All right. That is good.
And that's your peaches are reducing.
Yep, peaches are
And
reducing.
That is the butter.
Yep, let's take a look at our biscuits.
Hopefully they're not.
Biscuits or bacon. Wow. They're not all the same size, but hey, not too bad for a guy that had some problems with the Bisquick. Okay, so we've got this right here. Let's go ahead and get this cleaned off. So,
Do you want me to? Well, okay. The dish rack's underneath the sink.
well, you're fine.
All right.
Clean as you go, gang. Trust me. And this will pay huge dividends when you're doing the family dishes for Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, any other holiday I might have missed. Okay? Wash your dishes as you get time, okay? We got those big, thick pork chops. We got those biscuits coming out in a few minutes here. So we got a nasty reduction going on right now, which is going to be super good for dessert. Okay? We're going to make some homemade whipped cream as well, too. A trick to a good homemade whipped cream. It's 2 ingredients. You can add a third if you'd like. Throw a little vanilla in there. So powdered sugar. So, and a little bit of heavy whipping cream. But a trick I like to do is before I go ahead and make it, I'll chill my bowls and my cream. So that's right here. So this is sitting right here. So this is my cream and my powdered sugar. If I wanted to throw a little vanilla in there, I totally could. There's my fresh sprigs of mint. Okay.
And your Duke's mayonnaise.
My Duke's mayonnaise. All right, look at that. Now we're starting to brown. Look at that. Starting to see that?
Yes.
That's that texture we're looking for, okay? All right, you want to make sure you got a good mix going on. We're starting to thicken up a little bit. You notice this is how I'm whisking it here. It's a little bit tougher to see the bottom. Okay, we're starting to see that viscosity change. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna let that keep going. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this to our butter, Okay. All right. So now we're gonna mix that in. Excuse me. Stay right there. Okay. We're gonna let that soak for just a minute while we're doing this. Okay. I'll show you a super cool trick. Was that our timer? For the biscuits. Okay, so we got nested bowls. Always have a good set of steel bowls. Okay, so I stuck these in the freezer. Okay, what I want to do is I want to mix this together. I want to implement all these flavors. Okay, I want to place that nested bowl in there. Okay, and what I want to do is as I'm mixing, I want to pour.
Should I come on the other side?
I don't know. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your hands, not you.
All right, so we're gonna let that sit for about a second.
Woo.
Okay. Beautiful. Okay, now you notice it's starting to stick. Okay, that's what we want. We're gonna mix this. And while we're mixing this, it's gonna start to thicken up. Okay? Because if I just let it sit, gravity's gonna take over. All right? The butter's gonna rise to the top, everything else is gonna fall underneath. Okay? And we want it as a solid mixture. All right.
Biscuits.
Let's check out these biscuits. Oh my God! Look at that. This came out beautiful.
Okay.
I gotta be honest. That's the first time I've done that where I've rolled
Careful,
stuff in
careful.
sugar. Good stuff. Okay, now, so I've got this down. What I want to do,
Hold on. Now remind us again what's in that bowl.
huh? This is a wee bit of honey. There's a wee bit of brown sugar. Okay. We're just gonna mix that around. Beautiful. Okay.
Stay in one spot.
All right. Now we're cooking with peanut oil. All right. So we're gonna mix this around right here. Mmm.
It does smell good.
It does. Okay. So that's off. We got our butter. Now we gotta go check our pork chops. Come on.
Okay, back outside.
Ah, beautiful. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close that, okay? I wanna start holding in that heat. Remember, those are super thick, okay? So I want that internal heat to cook the insides of it, all right? But I don't wanna overcook the outsides when it's raw in the center. All right, so we're gonna start trapping that in. We've got time. I feel like we're in a real good spot. There they are. Cool. All right, so I got my tongs. Check to see where we're at here with our puree. We go a little longer. All right, so these right here, beautiful.
Oh,
If
whoops.
you could split them while they're hot, okay?
Oops.
So you want to split them while they're hot. They're easier to work with. If not, take a nice serrated knife.
Are they cool?
Not at all.
I would say your hands are dead. You
They are
touch stuff
dead.
It's like
Okay.
insane.
So we might actually hook our son up with one of these too.
I think he's doing an online class until 9.
He hears free food. He'll come down. Okay. All right. Beautiful. Look at that. Okay. Now, not my best work, but man, they're pretty good.
And look,
Okay.
there's no mix on the floor. Oh wait.
Too soon.
All right.
Okay, we're starting to thicken up a little bit more now. Okay. It's just getting a little tougher to separate. All right, and that's what we're looking for. And as soon as this starts to get like real thick, that viscosity picks up because of the chilling. What's going to happen is we're going to stick this inside the whatchamacallit, the refrigerator. You know what? I turn this off. I want to keep this at about 350. Okay. Beautiful. And now you can start seeing the clarification of the peaches. They're starting to become. You see that viscosity? How it's thicker now? Okay, that's what we're looking
you're
for.
asking me. Yes,
Yeah.
I see it.
That's what we're looking for right here, okay?
I'm so
All right,
sorry.
so we're
I'm
still going to
hungry.
pull a little
About
bit
to
out of
fall
this.
over.
All right, we're going to pull a little bit out of that. This is going to be the best meal you've had all day. I promise you. That usually consists of a protein bar and like a tuna sandwich.
No,
So,
I had a tomato sandwich for lunch.
even better. Is there anything special on it? Duke's mayonnaise?
Yeah, no, Miracle Whip.
Oh.
I use salt, pepper, and put American cheese on it.
Beautiful.
Beautiful? I thought you hated tomatoes.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
I do.
Beautiful.
I do.
Beautiful.
Can't stand a raw tomato. Don't ask me. It's Dawn Gaines. I blame her. Okay, she's the one who gave me a bad tomato when I was a kid. Ruined me for life, everyone. Ruined me for life.
Approximate. Okay, so we're at 25 minutes in. So did you put that on right away?
No.
How long do you think it took to get like that?
Okay. So what I want to do is I want to let that start to settle, and I want to take a look at it. Okay.
You didn't answer the question.
It depends on how big of a batch you're making, what kind of fruit you're making. Okay. So there's a big difference between peaches and doing something like a blueberry or a strawberry. So, I mean, I can't put in absolute time. 25 minutes is solid. What you're seeing is that beautiful caramelization going on there. So we no longer have that simple syrup and peaches. We've got that infusion of flavor we're looking for. Okay? Okay. All right, look at that butter. All right.
The lighting's not very good. Hang on.
No. Okay. Look at that butter. Okay. And we're going to let that sit for a few minutes. Now we're going to go ahead. We're going to take our peaches outside. And I might need to take headlamp.
Hey, these are pretty good.
Huh?
I cracked one of the biscuits.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. It's the first time I've done that. It's not the first time I've made biscuits, man, but it's the first time. I'll try not to look at you because that might blind you. So, but just so you know, you can outdoor grill at night. Okay, do it all the time. All right, beautiful. Look at this. Wow, look at that. Okay, now here's a nice little trick. Now this right here is a griddle. We have an item we use called a steak weight. Okay, what it is a heat shield. Okay, and what happens is that the heat deflects off of this and rolls
Put your
back
head
around.
at the thingy. There you
Okay.
go. Okay.
So that's what we're looking for right now. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place these peaches on. Okay. I'm just gonna put them right here, easy to control. Okay. And what this is gonna be is part of a dessert. Okay. So, and I use a spoon to mix. Okay.
And what's in there again?
Just a little honey.
Oh, that's the. Does that have mustard in it?
No, not at all.
Okay. Ugh.
A little honey, a little apple cider vinegar. Okay. Maybe a touch of brown sugar. Since then we got some summer flavors going on here. Okay. So just gonna give that a little baste. Okay. We're gonna grill these. We're gonna soften these bad boys up. Okay. So now water bottle in case you have a flare. We've got a little bit of a flare. There we go. We're gonna put that right out. Okay. This does happen, especially when you're working with food that's got a high fat content to it. So these pork chops have a good fat content to
Can't
them.
look at you.
Ribs, ribeye steaks, Delmonico's, T-bones, porterhouses, they all have a really good fat content to them, okay? So one of the things you want to have in place if you're going to grill is go ahead and have that water bottle there. Now look at that. That's what you're looking
Oh, you
for.
did the crisscross pattern.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. Now, right here along this bone,
Okay,
it's
shine
gonna
your
be,
flashlight on it, sweet. There we
okay,
go.
right here along this bone, you're going to have a harder time trying to get that to the temperature you want. That's why these heat shields work great. Okay, and this isn't a heat shield. This is a griddle. Okay, I'm literally using that as a heat shield. And what's going to happen is that heat comes up, deflects, rolls right back down. Okay, leave this here. So let me turn this off. Let's run inside the house.
Of course.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to be running back and forth. We got to get our steps in today. You know that, right?
I don't have my step counter on me.
Okay. Well, you got mine. We can just add whatever you're doing today.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we want to make sure, look at that. That butter's starting to thicken up now. Okay. And you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it sticking to the bowl. And you can see chunks right here. Okay, where it's sticking to the bowl. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Now I want you to imagine what else you can put in butter. You can do tons of things. You put herbs, garlic, little shallots, okay? So throw a little rosemary or thyme so you can have fun. So our butter's starting to get real lumpy. This is what I like. Now I'm gonna put this, all right, right in the refrigerator. Let the refrigerator do its job.
The refrigerator or the freezer?
I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator.
Ice cubes are falling off.
That does happen. It's a nested bowl. Okay, so we're gonna put that up on top of your corn bake. Get in there. Okay, so that's on top of your corn bake. We're gonna let that do its job. So we're gonna check this out. Beautiful. We're starting to get sticky. Okay, go ahead and check that out.
It's like jam almost.
Yeah. Oh.
What does it taste like?
Oh. Want to taste? Never use a tasting spoon
Just
twice.
put it on the biscuits. I'm hungry.
There you go.
That's good.
Why does anything I do
No,
shock?
I know.
This
it's
is
good.
upsetting to
No,
me.
you shouldn't be upset. I'm just saying it reminds me of like a marmalade almost.
Yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna ladle this. So we're gonna put a couple of our grilled peaches on this. All right. We're gonna ladle some of that puree on. We're gonna cover the top. Little grilled peach, little puree, and then we're gonna put some fresh whipped cream on it.
Okay.
Okay. Got this all planned out. This just popped in my head today. That's what's crazy. Well, the peach.
Well, you talked
Popped in
about
earlier,
earlier, peaches
but-
earlier.
Yeah. So the pork chop, apple butter, all that stuff popped in my head. All right.
How fortunate you have headlamps.
Okay. Beautiful. That's where we're looking for that character. Okay. Want to start seeing that caramelization of the fruit.
And grill marks.
Oh yeah, grill marks. That's part of the presentation. Okay.
Why do you have a paper plate?
That's because that's why I put the peaches on.
Oh, okay.
I don't feel like washing that many more dishes today.
Oh. No, I was just wondering that if you're going to put the pork chops on that, it might.
No,
Do
no.
the
I'll bring out
flavoring.
I'll bring out a cutting board.
Okay.
I want to try to get the peaches done first. There we go. All right. Cool. Let's see what we got going on here.
Shine
Pork
your light down
chops.
there.
Look at that.
Okay.
Beautiful. And what you're seeing is you're starting to see, you see this white right here? That's called purging. Okay, so we're probably medium rare in that big pork chop right now. And you got a good coat right here. Okay. So we're about medium right here where this one's at. Okay, so we're gonna keep this probably about 5 more minutes on these chops. Okay. So, and I want to try to push these up as close as I can to these chops. I want that heat to really start to soften these up. Okay, because we're gonna have that crunchiness from the biscuit. So what I want to make sure we have is that we've got some softness to it. Okay, so we have some balance as far as the textures go, but I want that vibrant pop of color. So another reason why I'm throwing a little mint on there, because we got a lot of orange going on. We'll have some browns, so on. We've got the whipped cream. So I like throwing that mint on there. So just because it gives a little pop of color. Okay, and mint goes well. It's a great summertime herb. What?
You're cooking with the headlamp.
I always cook.
No,
with
I
it.
know.
Why does that ever surprise you? Okay, look at that. We're starting, and see these are about. They're about 1/8 of an inch. Okay. So, but these are starting to soften up now. That's what we want. Okay.
All right.
So we're pushing it up close to that heat. All right. So now I'm not going to baste these anymore. I got them basted on both sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this inside real quick. And I'm going to come out here with a fresh plate. Okay. And that'll be our finishing plate. So we'll put our finished product on there before we actually build. Okay. Did you just get zapped by a mosquito?
Yes.
I think it's you, per se.
I don't think they like you, but they like me.
Well, I think that's because I'm just,
I don't
big and
know.
ugly. So that might have something to do with it. So, you're really nice and pretty and sweet, so
Okay.
that's why
All right.
they like you. All right, so we're good there, good there. This is exactly where I want this. I got my oven on because we're gonna pull those pork chops. We're gonna layer that butter right across the top of it.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, we're gonna put those in the oven to kind of soften that butter back up. Okay, so what you really don't want to do is you don't want to take a pork chop, a beautifully grilled pork chop that just came off the grill, and then put just a big solid lump of cold butter on top. So you want to kind of soften that a little bit. Now traditionally, if we were in our commercial kitchen, I'd be using an item called a salamander. It's also known as a cheese melter. Okay, and what that does is just it hits it at about 600 degrees from the top and just starts to melt it. But you want a little bit of that butter left over. Okay, it'll start to heat up, but that's that presentation you want for your guest. I know it's kind of hard to take me seriously while I'm wearing this. So, oh yeah, look at that. Okay, butter is hardened up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we just made ourselves some awesome flavored butter. All right. So, still got our fresh whipped cream in there. That'll only take us a few minutes to make, or about a minute and a half to make. Okay. Biscuits are done. We've got them already cut in half. So basically, we're just waiting on some peaches and some pork chops. And you're going to find I do this a lot, where I talk to myself. Oh, I did pull out a plate. So, just going to put the tea
Putting
kettle
the tea
back.
kettle back, it's bothering me. It's sitting there. All right.
All
Hopefully
right.
these are done.
Fair enough. The pork chops?
I'm starving.
I'm sure you are. The pork chops
like
are probably going to take
8:30
about
at night.
5 more minutes.
Oh, good lord.
Oh, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Make them cook thicker?
My magic wand's broken. Right. Oh, look at that. Okay.
Oh, whoops, sorry. I'm smacking mosquitoes. Oh, flare up.
That's okay. We just don't want to sustain flare up.
Did you bring a plate out?
Yeah, it's in my hand.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Oh, look at that.
Probably because it's dark.
Well, I got a flashlight on.
No.
Look at that. That's those colors you're looking at, okay?
Okay.
Look how much fun those colors are right now,
Yes.
okay? That brings out the character of the fruit, okay? And it seems to be a little bit warmer over here than it is over here. So I'm going to move these fruits over here. All right, so we're going to pop this bad boy back on, okay?
Do we have a steak weight in the house?
No,
No, I didn't.
no, I've always just done the griddle. Okay, we're going to pop that down.
Okay.
Now it's really going to start to get warm in there, okay?
Are we doing whipped cream now?
We can.
Oh, I'm just wondering.
We absolutely can. So,
Following you back in the house. Okay.
yes. Hey, we're getting our steps in.
We have all the lights on.
Yes,
So
we do.
we-
Which normally we don't have
apparently
all
we
the
need
lights
studio lighting for you.
on. I do have a ring light coming in.
Well,
So, okay,
We
real
need someone
simple,
to
real
film you.
easy. Okay, I'll pop my bowl on.
this was my Mother's Day present like 20 years ago.
Let me never.
I don't really ever use it. I prefer hand mixing. So
Okay,
you
it starts,
start,
chill the bowl. Okay, and we're gonna start slow so we can avoid any spray.
maybe turn your headlamp on and start to see.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
Were you in the Boy Scouts, so
Yes.
I'm always prepared.
All right. Beautiful. You see, you got a little spray. This is a really big bowl.
Oh, did you want the smaller one?
Now,
Is that going to work?
oh, absolutely.
Or the cupboard did like that.
I'm hoping this will hold it. It's okay. It happens.
Ah, it's getting on me.
I know. This is why we wear aprons.
Okay, I'm going to wear this shirt tomorrow.
Not anymore.
Now,
Beautiful.
hazard pay.
Okay.
So if you had used the smaller bowl, would it have done that?
Yes and no. So it's pretty wide open.
Hey, go on, let's go.
It's all right. It's starting to solidify, so it's going to do it less. This is what happens when people become hangry. All right, beautiful. All right. Cool. It's starting to solidify up, so we need that to get the peaks. Let's go check our pork chops.
Sure, why not? I've lost you. It's so dark. I can't see you. Where are you? Where are you?
Tell me about your dinner.
Teasing.
Look at that.
Oh,
Okay. So we
Whoa,
know
flare
that
up.
one's mine, and we know this one is yours. Okay.
shine your
So,
light down there.
Look at that.
Okay. There you
Okay.
go.
These are beautiful. Okay, so this is our finished product for our dessert. Okay. So we're gonna have a little fun with these. Okay, look at that. That came out beautiful. Just how simply adjusting helps the cause. Leave this on. All right, so we got this pork chop. I'm just gonna pull it aside. I want it to rest. Okay, we're gonna let that rest. All right.
We're going back inside.
Yeah, we are. 'Cause
Okay.
we're gonna build some desserts so you can take a picture. Hopefully our whipped cream is peeked out.
Hopefully it hasn't made a big splatter.
Okay. There's always that wishful thinking. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
All right.
Okay.
So let's build some dessert, shall we? Okay.
Turn your headlamp off.
Ah. Beautiful. Just gotta take a couple of these and just kind of layer them in there. Okay. So now we're gonna cover it.
You're gonna put the whipped cream on top.
Oh, absolutely.
I think you splattered the nephews.
Okay. Well, that happens. Sorry.
No, actually, that's fine.
Are you
Those
sure?
Those are last,
Oh, my spoon fell.
they're last year's gold pictures.
Okay. Well, our nephews are now famous.
No, I didn't put them in the picture, but they,
All right.
whipped cream all over
Yes.
them.
All right. I'm just gonna take some of that right across the top.
Kind of reminds me of a shortcake.
Oh yeah. We're having some fun. Okay. So now we got a couple of these left. You know what? Let's bring those over here. We'll do a nice little shingle on these.
A knife block over there.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're armed.
Okay. So you notice how I've got big and a medium and small. So we just set them up like that. Come on.
Oops. Oh, how pretty.
You did have
Running
to
around
wait.
the kitchen. Oops, I'm crashing into you.
Beautiful. Okay. Lost my towel, so I'm going to use this one. All right. So we've got our whipped cream. Okay. We're going to take a nice heap and scoop. Okay. Nice heap and scoop. Oh, look at that. Okay. And we're going to finish that up with a little mint. Think our son wants to come down?
He's not done with school until 9.
Okay.
But I feel like we should share.
Okay. There you go. So, little mint, little peach strawberry or little peach shortcake. All right.
Should we go check the steaks? Not steaks. I don't even know what we're eating. Pork chops.
I do. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go check that out. Come on.
So they're going to be doing flip grids of themselves cooking?
Well, we can. So,
Oh, I've lost you again. Where are you? Where
Okay.
are you, Christopher? Oh, wait. Sorry, Chef.
got to work on that.
I almost said your middle name.
All right.
I
No,
didn't.
don't. That
I
is.
didn't. That would be folly. As
There
you
is
say.
multiple people that want to know my middle name.
Seriously?
Yeah, and I refuse to tell them.
Oh. Okay, turning the grill off. I can't see anything because
Yeah, turn the
We're in
grill
the
off.
dark.
Okay, so we'll come back out here and
Whoop.
wipe this down.
not on camera, folks. Not on camera.
All right, got that?
As long as you don't drop a pork chop.
All right. got our pork chops. Let's turn the headlamp off. Plates. Scoop over there. Beautiful.
Yeah. What type of scoop is this? I use it for cookies.
It's a
What is
disher.
it? It's called a disher.
That's a number 50 scoop.
I just.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna get the whipped cream off because I only have one.
You want to dry it off? There's another one, but smaller.
Okay. So we're gonna take a nice even scoop.
Oh, good lord.
Okay.
That's a lot of butter. Or that's apples in the butter.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a sauce.
Okay.
Trust me, we're using a dry heat. Okay. So you need something to kind of keep this moist and flavorful. Okay. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna soften this right in here. We'll give it a few minutes.
Are you gonna put it on the broiler or?
No, 350 degrees, probably about 5 minutes. What I am gonna do though is take care of my plates. Now we're gonna put these in the dining room. Get a nice beautiful
Is
picture
the
of it.
dining room clean?
I don't, I haven't been here all day, so.
Oh, it's not bad. All right. Just stay at this end of the table.
Okay. This is what teaching at home is like.
Well, you have your laptop there.
I can pretty much guarantee Kate's gonna want some of this. Okay. This. Where are the trivets?
Oh, I stuck them up here, up with that cabinet.
This cabinet? Okay. Well, go ahead and grab yourself a knife and a fork.
Your steak knives.
All right. You like water?
Sure.
Okay.
Not realize we're gonna be doing this. All right.
Yes, I'm wearing a headlamp.
You can take that off any point now.
So I'm kind of comfortable with it now. So. Alrighty.
All right, my camera skills are getting shaky.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Hillbilly white linen here.
We ran out of napkins, so you don't really have a choice.
I thought you were explaining every little thing. It's
Well, here, I
hilarious.
feel like we should put the computer away.
No, leave it there. I throw this on flip grid. So while you're eating, I can put it there.
I didn't know we were filming
Or
this.
just go ahead and close it. That's helpful.
This is okay. This was a table Mr. or Chef made me when we first moved here. So he did that, and then I'll show you. This is our
All
buffet
right,
table.
here we go.
He made that too. All right.
Okay. Well, there's that.
Okay.
Careful, it's warm. Now, you notice as I presented that? I presented that bone away. Okay? You
Why
never
is
want
that?
to present the bone to the guest. You always want to present what they're absolutely going to cut into.
Okay.
Now, here's what I'll do. I want to take the camera from you.
Oh, I don't want to be on the camera.
Okay, well, let's cut into that. Here, you want to hold this while I cut into yours?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So, go. Look at that beautiful line right there.
Oh, that looks good.
So you were worried?
No, I'm just hungry.
Okay.
Oh,
Ready?
Sure.
Listen to the reaction.
That's really good. Worth 50 minutes.
Oh my God, it's so good.
That's good.
Wow, that's gonna go in the recipe book. Absolutely nailed it. Okay, so 2 ways of actually heating up fruit. Okay, adding them to an entree, adding them to a dessert. Had a lot of fun doing this, gang. So I'm gonna dig in and eat. I'm gonna drop this on Flipgrid first and the Academy Grill YouTube channel. All right. So
I didn't.
remember, if you don't have the product in order to do this, I at least want you commenting on people's stuff. Okay, and I want you being risky. Have some fun with this. Okay. Remember, this whole meal, what did I say? It cost 11 or 13 bucks.
I can't remember.
All total. The pork chops,
Oh,
it was.
the pork chops were $8.37.
All right, pork chops were $8.37.
And you had the biscuit mix.
Yeah. Okay. So if I had to buy everything, I'm probably about 17, 18 bucks into this. Absolutely gorgeous meal. Y'all take care. Make good choices.
See everybody later.